Hey, ladies and germs, it is Tundro at it again. I can't tell if I'm double parked or not, but we'll see. As I correct my parking, because I think I'm kind of overshot it. Here's the thing that I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk about how religion is kind of just fucking people LARPing. What I mean by that is, well, what is LARP? Live action roleplay. People are playing fucking Dungeons and Dragons in real life, which I have no hate for. I have no animosity for that. Not at all. I play Dungeons and Dragons sometimes. My issue is that I think people take it too seriously. I do. The entirety of religion can be summarized as, I hate to say this, it can be summarized as there's a voice in my head telling me what's right and wrong, and so now everyone has to listen to me. And everyone who follows that kind of shit is kind of just playing a very complex form of LARP. I see it as just that. It's just LARP. It's people just seeing patterns where there aren't any. And the thing is my main thing for religion, what kind of made me deconvert. I don't really say deconstruction. I always say deconvert because, you know, I was raised Catholic, then I left, then I went back to Catholicism, then I left, and I just can't bring myself to go back to any religion. I've tried every other religion under the sun too. I think I was like a Muslim for a week. I've tried everything. There was a smidgen of a time where I was a pagan. There was another time where I was like a Buddhist, or, you know, so on. I've tried every religion under the sun. It don't matter. For me, it's a case of people will say, oh, well, we have this miracle or this near-death experience, what have you. But now I need to account for the religious miracles of all the other religions, because there's plenty of Hindus that will say, oh, well, there's that statue in this village somewhere in India that can cry blood or whatever. Or, you know, Shintoists will say, well, there's this magic tree somewhere in Japan, or what have you. There are plenty of people who have near-death experiences, and they'll say radically different things. I had two people tell me their near-death experiences. One guy said that he saw Bruce Lee in heaven. Another guy said that he saw Bruce Lee in hell. There was one guy who I talked to who said that God was a woman with red hair, if you could believe that. You know, God is a black woman. God is a hive mind, all kinds of different shit. But as someone whose special interest has always been religion and has always been like esotericism, the occult, things like that, I've always found philosophy and religion fascinating. I've always found it very interesting how other people see the world. How two people can see a mountain and they will have completely different mythologies for that same mountain. I always found that just fascinating. But my issue is the moment you actually start to read it. At least for me, that's how I lost my religion completely, was I actually sat down and I read the Bible cover to cover. And I did not make it 5 chapters into Genesis until, you know, I lost my religion. I was like, oh yeah, this is bullshit. Now, me personally, if the only thing that it would take for me to start believing in the supernatural again is like if something actually supernatural happened. Like if, you know, there was an actual guardian angel out there who like said, hey, whatever. Or, you know, some sort of like life-changing miracle. Like I find a cache of like $400,000 or some shit, you know, some crazy stuff, right? Have I had strangers help me in a time of need and I don't even get their name? Yeah, but it's rare. It's rare. I'm at the point now where I'm just like, life is bullshit. You do what you can to survive and you don't mess around with no trifling bullshit. All you got to do is just make it one day at a time, And for me, it's the case of time is the ultimate resource, you know. That's why I'm always on the run, because the only real currency that we have in this world is time. And I can't waste any more of my time on shit that doesn't bear any fruit. It never mattered what God it never mattered what God I prayed to. It never mattered what religion or code I followed. It didn't matter. It did not matter. Life still came at me. I see religion as you could say that it's the opium of the masses, but when Marx said that, he didn't mean that as it's a bad thing. He says people rely on religion as a means to cope with the world and the issues of the world and the pains of the world. That's why we see a slight spike when COVID hit, because, you know, when the Charlie 19 Victor decided to go around, and I'm trying to go around the AI YouTube shit, but guess not. I guess the AI algorithm bullshit's gonna fucking censor this shit. Canceled. Tondro canceled. L. Anyway, the main issue is that it's a case of it's just cope. People were stressed under COVID, stressed right now during hard economic and political times. People are flocking to religion because that's a cope. And the thing is, too, is at least here in the United States, we're not even seeing a massive alleged revival or anything. We're not. The vast majority of all I hear from, like my For You page, for whatever reason, here on YouTube is all like Catholic shit now, and like all like Orthodox shit. Yeah, there's a lot more Orthodox people coming around now, but that's because the majority of them are Catholics who are leaving the Catholic Church because the Catholic Church isn't Islamic phobic enough, or isn't racist enough, or isn't white enough, you know? I'm just saying there's not a lot of non-whites within the Orthodox Church, but there's a shit ton of non-whites within the Catholic Church. I hate to say that, but that's just the truth of the matter. It has to do more with politics than it does actual, like, theological differences between Catholics and the Eastern Orthodox or the Oriental Orthodox, etc. That's another thing too. I mean, the vast majority of people who go into Orthodoxy that I talk to, they don't give a shit about what the essence of the Father coming from the Son or not. They don't care about that, or God's essence, or where it comes from, or theokatosis or anything like that. They're in it because they hate liberals. They're in it because they hate gays. They are drawn to the church not out of love of God, but out of fucking hatred. Sorry. So for me, it's a case of, and the thing is too, even if I were to go into a religion again, I'd be like a theistic Satanist or something, or I'd be like a fucking, like something weird, like a pagan, like a Shintoist or something. And I would never fucking go into religion as a means to get a wife. Never. Because statistically speaking, you can look up the statistics. Where's the least likely place to meet your spouse? Most of them, they meet online or in bars or what have you, or from the workplace. Church is dead last. In all of those statistics, church is dead last. Don't go to fucking church to meet your significant other. I met mine through fucking Discord. Join Antifa. That's what I did. Yeah. And you know what else is fucked up? These people out here, they be saying some shit like that people are, treating the church like a white factory, which is true. But here's the main issue I got is this. Even if I were to convert to Christianity just for the social aspect of it and start going back to church, it doesn't matter what church I go to. Mormon, Catholic, Lutheran, it doesn't matter. Those people that I see in the pews on Sunday, they're going to be at the brothels and at the drug dens the following evening. Forget Monday morning, the following fucking evening. It doesn't matter. And the thing is too, is the worst part for me, at least, because I got to get out of here soon. The worst part for me is those people, they live in their own bubble. The people you see at church, you're only ever going to see them at church. I never once had anybody say, hey, you want to go to a barbecue later or anything like that. I've only ever seen those people at that church. I hate to say NPC theory, but that's like some NPC shit, Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, it's been Tondro. Peace.